Hello, welcome to Sister Friends Cups and Conversation. I'm your host, Teresa Cooper, and I'm glad you've joined me around the table today. We're going to be talking about plastic surgery, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Are you ready to talk? Let's go. Hello, welcome to Sister Friends Cups and Conversation. I'm your host, Teresa Cooper, and we're getting ready to have us a great conversation today. At the table with me, I have my co-host,
Catherine P. Young, and I'm ready.
Yes, Kathy, this is our 10th episode for our season 5. It's been a good season.
A great season, and I'm looking forward to the next season and the next season.
Absolutely. We have with us today Miss Chantal Small.
Hello.
Chantal, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're not new to the table, but just somebody may be new watching.
Okay, well, my husband and I are pastors, and I, with Kathy, I run the Care Pregnancy Center in Shreveport.
Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
And then we have, for the very first time, Chantal, Shayla Phillips.
Yes.
Shayla Phillips. Welcome to the table, Shayla.
Thank you.
Yes. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a loctician, so I do locks, aka dreads.
All right. Is that all you do is locks?
That's it. That's
Just
it.
locks.
I'm the locksmith. I just do locks.
She is the locksmith. So if you need to upgrade your locks or get locks, Shayla Phillips is the lady. So we're glad to have her today at the table. Today, our cup for today is our Sister Friends Cup. And our Sister Friends Cups are available at sisterfriendscupsandconvo.com. I think we're offering these cups for $10. And it's good to be at the Sister Friends table today.
Yes.
Yes. So today we're going to be talking. Let me put my glasses on.
Oh, loud.
Yes. So today we're going to be talking about plastic surgery, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We want the scoop. And if you've been interested in going out of the country, if you've been interested in having any type of procedures, we're going to talk about it a little bit on today. Some of us have firsthand experience, and then some of us have aspirations.
Yes, Lord.
To have an experience. But I want to talk about the top 5 cosmetic surgical procedures, just to get us started. Just a little bit of information. So the top 5 cosmetic surgical procedures are breast augmentation, liposuction, eyelid surgery, nose reshaping, and facelift.
That's the top.
That's the top 5. But I mean, you know, this was based on 2020. So I don't know, they may have switched. So you got a different number?
I think tummy tuck at the top.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Tummy tuck. We all got a stomach.
Yes.
Okay.
And then your lipo, then fillers and Botox. Oh, and booty. I mean, buttocks.
Buttocks.
Be with me, Lord.
Okay. Yes, Lord. So those are the top 5 surgical procedures according to the medical manual. I think Shayla was maybe saying if she had control of the order, she would put tummy tuck, buttocks.
And surgery world.
And surgery.
Tummy tuck, BBL, lipo, fillers, and nose stuff. That's the top.
And so the top cosmetic minimal invasive procedures are botulinum toxin type A, which is basically Botox, soft tissue fillers, chemical peel, laser hair removal, intense pulse light. Now, I mean, I've gotten a chemical peel. Have you, any of you ladies know chemical pills?
I'm going for the big dogs.
You're not going to spend your time on minimal? Okay. So those are the top 5 procedures that they say that people are having the most of. Intense pulse light, laser hair removal. I've been interested in laser hair removal. I'm a little nervous because as a, African-American, that person would have to really have a lot of experience with the laser to not scar you with the pigmentation. And Shayla is the expert at the table.
Am I?
So we're going to let Shayla tell us a little bit about her experience. So why are you at this table, and give us a little bit of experience about you and plastic surgery.
Okay, so I'm 34, and I went to Dominican Republic, and I got a tummy tuck, lipo, and fat transfer to my hips.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I look like curvy.
Okay. And so how did you come to that decision?
I had a client, and she was big, and the more she came, I just saw her go from not being able to fit in the chair to just, and I just went on ahead and asked. I said, well, what you got going on?
Yeah.
So when she told me about the surgery, I finally asked, well, how can you afford it? And I learned that surgery in Dominican Republic is a lot cheaper.
Okay.
So it's not really like we can't afford it. It's there. We just don't know.
Okay.
We just didn't know.
So it's the information pool. So if you just tuned in, this is Sister Friends Cups and Conversation, and we're having a conversation about plastic surgery, the good, the bad, the ugly, and just the ins and out of it, and how you can benefit from it if you need it, if that's something that you want to do. And Miss Shayla Phillips said she went to the Dominican Republic to get a tummy tuck.
Yes. Lipo. And fat
transferred to your hips.
Yes.
All right, Shakira.
Yes.
All right. How long did you research before you actually made the decision? How did it, went from your head to action?
It's been in my head since I was 16.
Oh, wow.
The tummy tuck has been in my head since I was 16 because I had my first child at 16.
Okay.
And I didn't know about don't scratch and wear your waist trainers and stuff after so your skin can snap back. Mine was just
After having a child, that was like a goal that you wanted to eventually have a tummy
I knew
tuck.
I couldn't work that off.
Yeah. Okay.
All that extra skin and stuff like that. And then the more, if I would gain weight, it would hang lower.
Okay.
And then, if I gained weight, it would get fatter. And if I lost weight, it would just hang lower.
Yeah.
And it had to get cut.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
It had to get cut.
The people and the fupa. It all got cut.
So let me ask you, but how long did you research? I'm just trying to wrap my mind around the decision to not have surgery in the United States and to go into another country and actually do it. So how did you prepare yourself for that and get comfortable with that?
When I went to a consultation here and it was like 18,000, I knew it wasn't going to get done here. There had to be another way. And then, so I just researched the doctors and then like, my client, I could ask her a lot of questions, and then Instagram, and then surgery rooms. So you can ask everybody questions. You talk to the doctors. I can FaceTime the doctor.
Yes.
Man, my doctor's still cool.
Okay.
We still cool. And just asking questions, I want to see.
Yes.
Right.
So when I was over there, I went live every day, and I showed everything. Because you need to see if you're gonna be down for this.
Okay.
It's not easy. So I follow girls that showed everything. Doctors that showed everything.
Okay.
So they
doctors
did the
that text me
live.
back.
Okay.
No, not really.
Okay, but
With COVID, they don't as much.
They pretty much show their
Some that
journey.
did, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
But women that show their journey, like if you go on Instagram and they have doll by their name, that mean they had surgery.
Okay.
Most of the time.
so if you go to Instagram and they have doll,
Yes,
by
like
their name, that's a
Almonte
code.
Doll. Like my surgery page is Almonte Doll because my doctor is named Almonte,
Okay.
and I'm a doll.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I need to find me a dog name.
And you got to make you a surgery page because a lot of them don't accept regular people.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm just trying to be nosy. So I know they're for surgery. I
Okay.
see doll, I'm gonna go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so if you see doll, I see doll a lot on Instagram. I had no idea that that's what that was. Okay, so Kathy, why are you at this table?
Because I desire to have plastic surgery.
Not
I'm not
desire.
playing. I said, when I get my stimulus check.
Okay.
No, I really have thought about it. I looked into it. I know people who have had plastic surgery. And some things you just can't work off.
Yeah.
You just can't work. Not that I'm working out anyway right now. But when I was working out, it's just some areas you want to get taken care of.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why I'm at the table. And I heard about Shayla and I looked and I was like, she look good.
Yeah.
And so that give you, more courage.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, like I said, I've did chemical peels and I haven't done laser hair. I really want laser hair removal because I'm just hairy. And at the point now, I've like told my daughter, like, promise me, when I'm 75, don't let me have a beard. People have different things as they age. Yeah. And like, I'm concerned about that because my hair grows and it just grows, on my face and whatnot. But I haven't really tried it yet, mainly because it is a laser. Yeah. So there's that component of being courageous. And Shayla, I could just tell you have courage.
What do you prepare for when you get ready to go? You prepare your children, your family?
I couldn't think about nobody else. Okay. Nobody. Because everybody was going to worry. So I let them worry enough. I can't worry and I'm there.
Right.
I can't do that. So you worry at home.
Okay.
And the only people that could stop me out of this, my whole family knew the only people that could stop me was my kids. And y'all did this, so y'all cool too. Y'all did stuff like this, so y'all all right. And they were fine. And I literally took my feelings and just, I'll see you later too.
Okay, so you were really determined.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so tell me, what was the hardest part? Because they say, having a tummy tuck is major surgery. And I'm imagining you were maybe in your 30s?
I'm 34.
Okay, so it's still very young. But, we don't have that 20-year-old snapback.
Right.
But so what was really the hardest part with
it was
out of the 3 surgeries?
It was extremely painful.
Okay.
The stomach. If you can imagine planking for 2 days straight, that pain is so extremely tight.
Okay.
But I take that over flabby.
You take the pain over being flabby.
I was flabby for 18 years. So if I could do sit-ups and still be flabby, I'll go ahead and take this pain and get a 6-pack.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
So the tummy tuck was harder on you than maybe the fat transfer.
Yeah,
how did that feel?
Because they took fat from here and put it right here.
Okay.
On my hips.
Yeah.
And then they sucked all it and they cut that off and pulled it and put some of that back. I didn't really feel this. Yeah. But that tummy tuck, they sew your muscles together. It's a muscle repair. So I didn't stand up walking straight till a month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you had to have, how long did you couldn't walk straight for a whole month? What other, did you have like a lot of bruising or?
No, I was very sore from the cut. The incision is from here to here. I really didn't feel it, but the muscle repair is extremely tight. And then the incision, you trying to stand straight up, it's almost like it's pulling. So you want to be crouched over, and there it's like a train of animals walking around. That's how you know everybody had surgery. Everybody bent over like that. They didn't have a tummy tuck. Like a bunch of elephants. Everybody just bent over.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so just give us a little peek into the experience. You flew out from America to Dominican Republic.
Yes. I'm from Shreveport. And I flew to Florida.
Okay.
Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
My first time getting on a plane by myself. My third time getting on a plane, period. So I knew I was going to mess something up. Missed my flight. So I had to spend a night. It was just so much. So when I get there, I have to text, hey, I'm here.
Okay.
And I have a driver there waiting on me. But me, you show you the driver? You got my name? So what you got? And then meeting the doctors. I had an app on my phone. So when they they speak in Spanish. I'm like, what you say? Okay. And then I read it.
I'm just trying to understand. That is a lot of courage.
Yes.
That you went to a foreign country, you used your phone to translate
So they
from
go,
the language.
and I was like, what? Okay. So thank you. Can I have? Here you go. Listen. It went like that the whole time.
I'm loving this. She had a dream. She had a dream, and she pushed past her fear to accomplish this dream of looking better, feeling better about her
Feeling
self-image.
Yes.
You know, there's a quote that I wrote down that says, "You don't have to be perfect to be amazing."
Yes.
You know, I can imagine that you were still this amazing with you know, and not having, you know, the hips and all of that. But I'm sure getting those things done probably just notched you up a couple of notches, 10 or
I've always had this personality.
Yeah.
But it's more, I feel more confident.
Okay.
And I used to go through a lot before I go somewhere. Where I'll go home and get dressed. It was the most depressing, most stressful thing ever because I wasn't looking to dress. I was looking to hide stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I need to wear this so I can hide my stomach.
Yeah.
I need to wear this to hide this. I need to wear this to hide this. But not too big where I look pregnant. I don't want to like maternity dress, but I don't need it touching me.
Yes.
That's stressful.
Yeah,
And now,
it is.
I can look at something to say, oh, I'm going to look good in that.
Yeah.
So it just feels better.
It feels better, yeah. Chantal, can you just share a little bit with us about, because you spoke to the whole self-image and kind of saying the same thing as Shayla, just feeling better about yourself. And would you like to speak on that?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I think the one thing for sure I would say, like if I was talking to a young girl who was interested in that, I would say, know your self-worth in the Lord first, because anything can take over your mind as far as an addiction goes, and we see that on TV. But especially in the culture that we live in, there's so much pride put on the appearance of a female, and it's not fair because there's so much more that she can do, especially for the kingdom of God. So that would be the first thing, is like know your worth in the Lord. But as far as the self-confident thing goes, especially if you've had children and you sacrificed your body for your children, it can be really just a sad thing. Or even for a woman, say like my mom, who had surgery to remove her breast because of breast cancer. It can be just a really trying period. So that feeling of confidence that you get just feeling like a female again just really does something to you. And obviously not everybody needs it.
Absolutely. And it's just so important. This table is a no judgment zone. We're not telling you to, to do it, not do it. I really wanted to talk about it because it's happening. Yeah. And it's not just happening with women, it's happening with men.
It's happening with men.
And so people want to...
They over there.
Yeah, they over there. They are over there.
They over there.
And people are getting things done. And I think it's important that people, find what is your risk factor? What are you willing to risk? And how are you willing to invest? Because it's not just investing money, but it's investing
your time
and educating yourself on the whole process. And then nothing's necessarily a quick fix because, age is still going to happen. So, you know what I mean? You get augmentation or you get a lift. It doesn't mean that, as you age, that things aren't going to, gravity's not going to take its place. And so there's just certain internal things that you do have to come to terms with. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like if you got a bridge or something with your teeth, they're going to tell you the lifespan of this bridge is this many years. So I'm going to run 10 years with this. I know after 10, the grace of God, I may have to get it replaced. And it's the same thing. Have you thought about did you have to change lifestyle patterns to make sure that you don't reshape your tummy tuck or reshape your hips?
I eat like a hog.
Really?
I had to lose 30 pounds before I even got it.
Okay.
Because I had to lose 37 pounds. I was 237. For my height, I had to be 200 because that's the highest BMI they would take. So with them doing the muscle repair, I get full a lot quicker. So I eat what I want. I just get full faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never put that together. Okay. Let me ask you ladies this. It's a question. Can you love yourself and not like something about yourself?
Yes.
You know, like in
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, because I love myself. I really do. But I know it's some things that I could do, and it won't help me to love myself more because I love myself. But that's something that I would feel good about, you know.
Right.
And, you know, those things that you don't have to fix and hide and tuck to do those things. And some people like my husband say, you fine the way you are. I'm like, whoa. Because if I could, you know, and I'm really contemplating, I would get a tummy tuck.
So do you think if you're, in your case, your husband's telling you you're beautiful, it hasn't changed anything about the romance or just how he treats you, is that not enough? Is this more, it's not based on having a husband or someone loving you or accepting you. It has more to do with a desire that you have for yourself.
Myself, yeah. And not that, because I know he loves me and I know he sees me that way, because he the type would tell me, oh, you gotta, that's too tight, you gotta. But, you know, the thing about it is, it's just something I want to do for myself.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Something I wanted to have done. And I love what, you know, Shayla was talking about, and even Chantal, because people hide so much, okay? Yeah. We know you was a size 18 and 20, and now you're 12. How did you do that? I read canned labels, no ma'am.
It's more than can label.
No ma'am, no ma'am.
More than a can label.
And it happened, and it reshaped your body. I think whatever I do, if it helps me, I always tell somebody else.
Right.
If they ask me how you do this, I'm gonna tell you. But plastic surgery has come such a taboo word that everybody walking around perfect, like they never had nothing. I just born this way.
Secret,
Yes.
and to me, it's worse when you hide it. To me, but I do kind of understand why people don't go public, because everybody is so judgmental.
Yes.
So judgmental. Me, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, let me ask you about, because we've all, even if say we have the courage and with the resources and we get it done. Did you see any walking in the airport or while you were in Dominican? Did you see any people that you thought, ooh, that didn't turn out so hot, or like, ooh, I don't know, like that would be the ugly side or the bad side.
When you go
surgery.
to the hospital, it's patients in there from other doctors.
Okay.
And I saw this one girl and I was concerned. I said, how you doing? Who was your doctor? My bad. We're going to make sure this not my doctor. And, you know, a girl died there when I was there.
Oh, my gosh. And how did that make you feel?
Get me home.
Yeah.
Get me home now. But I was cool. My doctor was cool. My nurses were cool. But I do know that it's not the same for everybody.
Yes.
Right.
I knew what was for me.
Yes.
Right.
I knew my doctor was for me. I knew my driver was for me. I knew my recovery house was for me, because I prayed for all this stuff. You know, Lord, touch my doctor.
Yeah.
When I talk to her, let's see what she gonna say. How she connect with me? Because I'm a lot. You ain't gonna mention the Lord and you got a knife in your hand. Oh, you do love the Lord. We good. Okay. The Lord got to be around somewhere. You be cutting on me.
Yeah.
And she prayed with me before, and she prayed with me after. But for people to not care about judgment, I say, do it by yourself.
Yeah.
I had to save the money months before. So there was no eating out. There was no new hair. There was no new clothes. There was no nails, shoes, makeup, nothing. Put that in your tummy tuck fund. And then I went alone, and I went through the pain alone. So when you're going through that alone, you got to be crazy to think about what somebody else think after you went through all that.
Yeah.
It's done now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's done.
Right.
So are you suggesting, I mean, if they have a good, you know, community or a good, a best friend, you know, take someone, or are you saying, you know, you advocate more for do it yourself, get it done. That way you don't have to worry about people being in your head.
if you don't want to care, if you don't want to care about what people think, take your friend. If you don't want to give nothing what somebody think, go by yourself.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. I have to give it to Shayla because I mean, at this point, I'm thinking there's probably you have a determined spirit, and there are things that you know once you put your mind to it, not just dealing with plastic surgery, but just anything that you believe is worth having or worth accomplishing. That you have what it takes to get it done.
Yeah.
And that's awesome because you're a business owner.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're an entrepreneur.
Yes, ma'am.
Which takes courage to do that. So yeah, that's awesome. You know, so we've talked about you can absolutely not like things about your body and still love yourself.
Yes.
Right.
Because sometimes people think that loving yourself includes that you have to just love everything about yourself. And you can still want to make changes, whether it's physical or whether it's, internally. I mean, ultimately, I think all of us should be working to be better internally than we are, externally. That should be the ultimate goal because we've all met people where you're like, they are just stunning in person, but then but their spirit ugly or they're, just who they are as a person is unattractive. Yeah. So that should be the goal. But even that being the goal doesn't mean that we can't have personal desires.
That's right.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah. What are your thoughts about, Shayla said you met some people that you had to take a double look at.
Yes.
It was like, not a good surgery.
Yes.
And I think we've all met the people that have overused Botox. I mean, it's one thing I don't know, is that a whole cheek implant or is it all Botox?
Botox are like the shots that they do. And from what I understand, it paralyzes those muscles. Like if I smile and I have a wrinkle here, if they do it up here, that don't move.
Right, but what about so that's the Botox, but then there's the fillers, and then there's
lines. Like we might have a little line, and they'll put some in there so that line will fill out, and it won't show. Okay, but I'm mainly asking about. I don't know if it's just something with as we age as women. Now everybody doesn't do this, but as far as they naturally have high cheekbones. But it seems like that's the new thing where everyone's getting their cheek, where it's just like. I done saw it. Yeah.
A lot of them are taking fat in here to contour here, and it's making the cheeks pop more.
Okay.
So, I had cheek removal, fat removal from my cheeks as well.
Really?
Now you ain't explained all that. How they go in there?
I noticed that your cheeks were really. I just thought, okay.
When I lost the weight, see, I didn't want a small body and then a 200-pound face because I was 200 pounds when I got there.
Okay.
So I knew I was gonna be smaller, and I didn't want no pumpkin face.
Okay.
So they went in and they just like cut inside my cheek and pull some fat out.
Girl,
where the doctor? Where the doctor at? Where I go? They did that over there.
Okay. Now Shayla's information is going to be underneath as she's talking, and I could imagine that she doesn't mind sharing because she's actually at the Sister Friends table, and that's what Sister Friends do. We share the information, we share the love, and so okay.
So you did all that at once. Baby, how did you get out the country? Wasn't you sore and just
and you got back on the plane and
they had me in a wheelchair, so I didn't have to walk, and they just wheeled me around, and that was it.
So they took care of you.
In my mind, I said this is going to be the worst pain ever. Get your mind together for the worst pain ever. But your fupa gonna be gone. So at the end of this pain, you're going to look like this.
And you're going to have beauty for ashes. About to put some scripture on it. Beauty for ashes. Okay, I got it.
So tell me, what was the reaction of all of your family, your friends, your kids when you got back? Were they like celebratory? Were they,
Everybody acts a lot different now, which I can understand. I have people that are in my face extremely much. Girls who didn't speak to me at all are now, hey sis, and hey, I be like, hey girl, okay.
Are they doing that because they're complimenting, right, as a compliment, or as they want, to get information, or
that
they
too,
want you to help?
That too. Same girls that are saying, they're against surgery, and, they'll inbox you and ask for the surgery information because they want to be more secretive.
Okay.
When I did it, I guess I was trying to show what I was looking for, which was complete transparency.
Okay, yeah.
To make me feel more comfortable. It was a girl that I saw, and she would say something every day about how she felt. So I would go and I would show everything so you could just see. So when you at home and you can look, you can be more comfortable, because this is going to happen.
Yeah.
You are going to hurt like this, and you are going to want to talk to the nurse, but you got to type it. It is difficult.
Well, let me ask you about, as a country, and we're dealing with opioid addiction, people being addicted to drugs and painkillers and whatnot. Obviously, you had to have a lot of medication to help you, and you had to get, weaned off of it. Were you concerned about that, and how?
I don't take a lot of medication.
So you don't take a lot of medication?
I didn't. They give stuff for pain, but it's not very strong.
Okay.
So when we take Percocets and Xanax and all that stuff. And that's how a lot of girls get in trouble, because they may overdose. So much pain that you've taken is on top of taking what they give you, or you're not keeping up with the time, so you take, because they're not gonna administer the drugs that you bring from home.
Yeah.
You brought that.
Yeah.
You take that.
Yes.
You keep up with it, and that's how a lot of girls get in trouble.
Yeah.
And may result in death or whatever. Me, I didn't bring any additional drugs. I was scared.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me, my whole thing was, you finna tough it out. Suck it up.
Because you had gotten your mindset.
Yeah. Mine was, suck it up so you can get this sucked out. There you go.
Suck it up so you can get it sucked out.
That's good.
Yeah, because that is a real concern for a lot of people. And some people, they got the work done, and they're enjoying the effects, the after surgery look. But then now they've picked up an addiction because they got attached to all the pain meds. And so those are things to consider as well. And I think having if you do it, in a way that it's not secretive, then it would be helpful to have a accountability partner, from that perspective, because there's no way out of the pain. You're gonna face the pain.
But to me, when I always just say, this day is going to end. It's gonna end. This day is painful, but it has to end. It has to. You have to go to the next day, and every day is better. Suck it up.
You're so optimistic.
I know.
You had to have that mindset to do that, to just prepare yourself for everything. And you're so optimistic, and I think that helped you in your healing as well.
Oh,
your physical
for sure.
healing.
Yeah.
I made sure, I talked to the Lord, and if He told me not to do it, I wasn't gonna do it.
Okay, that's good to know.
It was some old folk that told me not to do it. I just wasn't feeling it. I said, okay. I just didn't feel like that was from the Lord. I said, okay. Then, I had a few family members. Don't you go do that. I say, okay.
And you did receive advice. That's the key part.
I
you let
received
people
it.
tell you their opinion. You received their advice. But then
at the end of it, I was
your
going.
own decision.
So we could sit and talk for an hour about why I shouldn't go.
Right.
And I'm going to say, yes, that was very informative. So I need to pack my stuff. It was just where my mind was.
Yeah, and I understand that because sometimes you might not know that you're going to need their information. So it's good to listen, even though your mind's made up, but out of respect.
But I hear you.
I hear you.
I know that could possibly happen.
Right.
I know that this is a big risk. I know that this is a factor. I know that this is a factor.
Right. But
Thank you.
Right. But I'm doing my information, and I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
I want to leave you with this final scripture for this episode. I've just really enjoyed Shayla Phillips.
Yeah, Georgia.
1 Peter 2:15 says, "For such is the will of God, that by doing right, you may silence the ignorance of foolish men." So live in a way that you're doing right. You're pursuing righteousness, right thinking, right living. And the Bible says it will silence the ignorance of foolish men. And so thank you for joining us today at Sister Friends Cups in Conversation. Thank you for being a part of season 5. This is our 10th episode, and we've enjoyed you this season. So don't forget, Something to Sip On is next. Bye-bye. Well, hello, friends. Thank you for joining me today around the table. We had a lot of laughs, learned a lot of information about plastic surgery, the good, the bad, the ugly. Shayla Phillips was hilarious and informative, courageous. Chantel Small always providing that wisdom, and my co-host, Catherine Young, couldn't do it without her. Glad that you've joined us this whole season 5 of Sister Friends Cups and Conversation. Be sure to share, like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and let's grow the conversation. I want to encourage you to join us next season. That'll be season 6. I'm glad you've been a part of Sister Friends Cups and Conversation. And don't forget, Something to Sip On is next. This is Something to Sip On. I want to say, take courage. Get out there, get wisdom, be informed, but meet your goal, whatever your goal is, and know that there's no fear, no judgment, and the Lord will be with you. And I just love Shayla. She did a great job just letting us peek into her journey with plastic surgery. So sip on that.
And I would say, whatever you're going to do, if you decide to do plastic surgery, like me, do it for you.
Yeah.
You know you have other factors, but do what's going to make you feel better about yourself. You can even love yourself, but do what's going to make you feel better and love yourself even the more.
Yes, absolutely.
Chantal?
And I would say, if you're doing it for confidence, for sure, but also remember that your first value is in who you are and as an image bearer of God.
Yes.
That way you don't have to seek value for validation for your physical only, but be confident though.
Yes.
Absolutely. Now, Shayla, what would you like to share with the people?
So I would say, if you're going to clean up the outside, clean up the inside.
That's good.
Which means don't go painting the house and you won't even sweep them off the floor.
All right.
Which also goes to your body. If you're going to fix your outside body, you need to fix your spirit as well.
That's good. That's so good. I love it.
That is something to sip on.